देखते हैं एजीटी लाइव 24/7। आप देख रहे हैं एजीटी लाइव 24/7।
You are watching AGD Live 24/7. Hello there. Good morning. AGD Live 24/7. Welcome to you all. Today on 21st December, Sunday, 2025. And of course, the newspaper with me is of Saturday. I mean of 20th December, 2025, and it's the Hindu. So let me check out the front page news headlines and the news in details. Here, 97 lakh electors deleted in Tamil Nadu, 74 lakh in Gujarat. Among those deleted in Tamil Nadu, 6.4 lakh had shifted or were absent. A third of Chennai's voters were removed from the rolls. In Gujarat, 40 lakh had migrated permanently and 9.7 lakh absent. The next news headlines: Bangladesh rocked by violence after key leader's death. It's by Rabiul Alam from Dhaka. Violent protests were swept Bangladesh on Thursday night and Friday following the death of Sharif Osman Hadi, a key figure of last year's uprising against the Sheikh Hasina government and a leader of the Inkilaf Mancha. Hadi, 32 years old, was shot on 12th December while he was campaigning for the upcoming February elections and died of injuries on Thursday night at a hospital in Singapore. Offices torched. Protesters stormed the offices of the country's two leading newspapers, Pratham Alo and the Daily Star, and set fire to the buildings, trapping journalists and other staff inside, accusing both newspapers of being agents of India. The crowd went on a rampage. From the capital's Shabag intersection to university campuses and major cities, students, political activists, and members of the public organized marches, blockades, and demonstrations and demanded justice for Hadi. Leaders and activists of the National Citizen Party, the Bangladesh Islamist Charter Shabir, the student wing of Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami, and the Dhaka University Central Students' Union participated in the protests at Shabag and surrounding areas, and protesters raised slogans hailing Hadi and against what they called Indian interference in Bangladesh's affairs. Following the protests, hundreds of demonstrators reached the office of Pratham Alo, one of the largest dailies in Bangladesh, at Karan Bazaar around 11:30 p.m. on Thursday and surrounded the buildings, and dozens climbed the four-story structure, dragged out documents and furniture, and set them on fire. And it continued on 10th number page. Next news headlines are in brief. Reservation for Agnivis in Cap is to increase to 50%. Next, Delhi High Court quashes a local order against Moitra. Next, HIV infections in children, MP government doctor suspended. Next, Modi Priyanka share cordial exchange over tea. Next, the phone tapping case. Those who have nothing to hide need not be afraid, says Supreme Court. The Hindu second number page showcase a layered exploration of crime and entitlement. So, director Honey Tran crafts a mystery that intertwines crime and social commentary, and though uneven in pacing, the film deftly examines the intersection of entitlement and morality in society. Next, Radhika Apte makes this domestic noir watchable. The film's predictable twists and familiar beats undermine its intrigue, making it less engaging. The Hindu's third number page states, Leopard injures 7 in Thane. Next headlines: High Court grants bail to Kokaite and declines to stay conviction. So, the bench suspends ex-Maharashtra minister jail term in 1995 fraud case as states permitting convicted persons to hold office by suspending conviction will cause irreparable prejudice to public interest. Next, Congress alleging vote theft as it is being rejected by people. Haryana Chief Minister. Next, MBA degree holders seek jobs as home guards in Odisha. TMC lashes out at BJP. It's a PTI Bhubaneswar. The Trinamool Congress and TMC on Friday criticized the Bharatiya Janata Party government in Odisha and saying that over 8,000 candidates, some with MBA and MCA degrees, have appeared for a recent examination in Sambalpur for 187 home guard posts. Next, local body elections will be held by April next year, Rajasthan government assures the Supreme Court. The Hindu fourth number page states, in brief, Prime Minister on today visit to West Bengal, Assam from Saturday. Next, UP Dalit man dies in hospital days after casteist attack. Next, Kartiga Deepam HC stays order allowing festival at a Christian majority village. Next, Rajasthan High Court refuses to order immediate student union polls, directs the government to frame policy. Since the formation of the BJP government in 2023, no action has been taken to resume the elections. Next, controversy over guard of honor for UP preacher. Next, now, BJD joins BJP MLAs in seeking a rollback of pay hike. Next, MP children test HIV positive, government doctor among 3 suspended. A doctor and 2 laboratory technicians have been suspended at the district hospital in Madhya Pradesh's Satna days after the case of 6 children getting infected with HIV due to contaminated blood transfusion came to light, officials said on Friday. Next, doctor whose hijab was removed will join duty amid rumors that the doctor whose niqab was removed by the Chief Minister Natish Kumar in a program here has declined the government job. An official on Friday claimed that she will join duty. Next, in Kolkata, a 2026 calendar that promotes not a business but a struggle for survival. Next, former Indore College principal accused of promoting religious fanaticism cleared of charges. Next, this is 5th number page, The Hindu. SIR proved BJP's narrative on infiltrators wrong in West Bengal. Calling Muslims Rohingyas is the BJP's way of dehumanizing people. There are many more who stand a chance of being omitted due to lack of proper documents, say Congress CPIM leaders. Next, Kerala High Court quashes government order on brewery. Next, Kerala woman slapped by police officer to continue legal fight. Next, party high command is in my favor, says CM Siddaramaiah. The Hindu 6th number page, in brief, Lokesh slams YSRCP for filing PIL pleas against IT projects. Next, African swine fever resurfaced in Thrissur, 396 pigs culled. Next, 2 seasons, 2 strangers wins best film award at IFFK. States on 6th number page, The Hindu, 41 Maoists surrender, hand over firearms in Telangana. Next, Congress slams case against a parody song. Next, Sabrimala gold case probe stagnating High Court. Next, in 8th number page, The Hindu, it's editorial. Do not rush it. The SIR requires more time to prevent mass conclusions. Next editorial note here: promise and delivery in Telangana. The Congress is making steady progress. And editorial continues: Kerala 2.0, a call to reclaim the state's future, by Shashi Tharoor. Next, Rajiv Gurava writes the significance of a strong defense industrial base. The Hindu, 9th number page, Ground Zero, the long path from wreckage to recovery, by Meera Srinivasan. The Hindu, 10th number page, from the page 1, here a few important news headlines there. It continued, and later in the next column, the government to increase a reservation for Agnivis in CAPFS to 50%. Next, EC seeks Central Forces for security at its Kolkata office. Next, ED seizes cash, gold in US donkey road case. Next, Center to set up a dedicated body to protect ports, ships. Next, cash for quarry controversy. Delhi High Court quashes Lokpal order against Mahua Maitra. Next, Centre plans to set up a portal to take entire process of forest rights recognition online. This would be a part of FRA roadmap that Tribal Affairs Ministry hopes to finalize by the first half of 2026. Next, ED attaches assets of cricketers across actors in batting up case. Next, ISRO's launch of US satellite scheduled on 24th December. The Hindu 11 number page news: winter session concludes with over 100% productivity. Next, government insulted Gandhi, Tagore, Nehru, Congress. Opposition party says new rural jobs bill was introduced without any consultation, accuses the government of running away from a debate on pollution despite adequate time being available. Next, opposition stalled debate on pollution in Parliament, Rijiju. Next, Trinamool MPs stage overnight protest against new rural jobs bill. The Hindu Bureau, New Delhi. Trinamool Congress MPs staged an overnight protest on steps of old Parliament building, Samvidhan Sadan, on Thursday against the passage of the Viksit Bharat Guarantee for Rojgar and Ajivika Mission, that is Gramin VGG Ramji bill. They allege that the bill was bulldozed through both houses without debate. The Dharna began shortly after the bill was passed past midnight, with MPs from the DMK, Congress, AAP, and other parties joining in. The DMK's Trichu Shiva, Congress MPs JP Madar and Nasir Hussain, Imran Pratapgarhi, Shakti Singh Gohil, and the AP's Shandip Patak participated in the protest protesting the early hours of Friday, while Trinamool MPs stayed through the night. Attack on rural poor. Shagarika Ghosh, the Trinamool's deputy leader in the Rajya Sabha, said the protest was against the destruction of the MGNREGA. Quote unquote, by destroying the NREGA, the government has attacked the rural poor. The Modi government has assassinated Mahatma Gandhi for the second time and insulted Rabindranath Tagore, within third bracket, who gave Gandhi the title of Mahatma, unquote, she alleged. Next, RGD accuses Jitendra Maggi of winning elections by vote rigging. Next, police deny permission to NREGI activists for Jantar Mantar protests. Next, opposition stalled the debate on pollution in Parliament by Rijiju. The Hindu 12th number page, in brief, Delhi High Court seeks a customs reply on the fund plea by Indigo. Next, SC6 UP's response to advocates' assault allegations. Next, child trafficking, a deeply disturbing reality, says Supreme Court. Next, WHO meet boosts collaboration on global health, Prime Minister. Next, corporates have fundamental duty to protect the ecosystem, asserts Supreme Court. Next, Center revises guidelines to help poor prisoners unable to pay fines. Next, the Hindu 13th number page, business in brief. Adani to invest rupees 1 lakh crore in airports over next 5 years. Next, Ater enters auto insurance to strengthen EV ownership. Next, Piramal Finance sell entire stake in Suram Life to Sunlam. Next, too low and inflation a cause for concern. Next, RBI board approves risk-based deposit insurance for banks. Next, advanced tax growth slows to 4.3% after third installment data show. Next, China requests WTO consultations with India over ICT tariffs. Next, SAT refuses interim relief to influenza Avadil Sate. Next, Airtel board case call of 401.25 rupees 401.25 in right issued. The Hindu 14 number page, world. Geneva, over 1,000 patients died awaiting evacuation from Gaza, says WHO. Next, Islamabad, Pakistan arrests a top Islamic State Khorasan leader, says UN report. Next, Dubai, a flight cancelled, road flooded as the UAE faces heaviest rain in months. Next, Brussels, EU leaders to loan Ukraine $90 billion after foiled bid to use Russian assets. Next, protests continue in Dhaka as parties urge calm. Demonstrators say India should not harbour elements of the Hasina government. In Chattogram, a mob hurled bricks at the residence of India's Deputy High Commissioner. BNP condemned the violence against the media houses, while Jamaat-e-Islami called for patience. The residence of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in Dhanmandi 32 was also targeted. Following overnight attacks and vandalism in different parts of Bangladesh, including arson attacks on two of the country's prominent newspaper offices, thousands continued their demonstrations on Friday at the Shabag intersections in Dhaka, demanding the arrests of the gunmen who killed Sharif Usman Hadi, a 32-year-old leader of last year's uprising. Around 2 p.m., several groups were holding rallies in Shabag where they highlighted that India should not harbour elements of members of the previous government, including former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The protesters called on the interim government, led by Muhammad Yunus, to step aside in favour of a revolutionary government. Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir condemned the attacks on media organizations and journalists, adding that those who wait for moments of national crisis to exploit them are enemies of the country. Quote unquote, they wait for crisis, and today they wait for crisis, and today they turn this moment of mourning into destructive acts. I strongly condemn this terrorism. The government must take full responsibilities for these incidents, unquote, he said. Referring to the attacks on Pratham Alo, the Daily Star offices, Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Amir Shafqir Rahman also urged patience, saying, quote unquote, patience is the greatest weapon of the oppressed, and there is no alternative to restraint. This country belongs to all of us. I hope everyone will act with the utmost patience and responsibility, unquote. The U.S. Embassy in Dhaka asks its citizens to remain vigilant, and noting that gatherings intended to be peaceful can turn confrontational and escalate into violence. It advised citizens to avoid demonstrations and exercise caution in the vicinity of large gatherings. Protect journalists. The Bangladesh journalist in international media, that is BJIM, condemned the attacks and called on the interim government to protect journalists and ensure media freedom. Nurul Kabir, editor of the Daily News Age, was harassed and shoved by protesters in the early hours of Friday as he tried to reach the Daily Star office. Quote unquote, those setting fires are not part of the July movement. They are deliberate conspirators. They entered the scene to tarnish Hadi's struggle. For Hadi, we seek unity, not division, unquote, said Asif Muhammad Sajif Bhuiya, the recently resigned local government advisor. Protesters also vandalized and set fire to the premises of the Bengali cultural organization Chayanat in Dhanmandi, halting all classes and activities until further notice. The residence of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in Dhanmandi 32 was also attacked around 12:40 a.m. on Friday. Elsewhere, activists of National Citizens Party, that is NCP, and the local residents blocked major highways, including the Dhaka Aricha and Dhaka Chattogram routes, causing severe traffic congestion. In Chattogram, protesters besieged and attacked the residence of India's Deputy High Commissioner, hurling bricks as law enforcement used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Members of the Bangladesh army were deployed to maintain order. In Bandaban, protesters set fire to the residence of former Chittagong Hill Tracts Affairs Minister Bir Bahadur Singh, which was gutted up to the third floor before firefighters could control the blaze. 3 vehicles parked on the ground floor were also destroyed. Similarly, the residence of a former education minister and Army League leader Manibul Hassan Chowdhury Nofel in Chattogram were also vandalized and set on fire. The Army League city office in Rajesh was razed, while protest marches were also held in Sylhet and Barishal. Chief Advisor Yunus, sharing news of Hadi's demise on Thursday night, urged calm, unity, and steadfast progress toward democracy and justice. Quote unquote, this will be our true tribute to Martyr Hadi, unquote, he said in a televised address. Hadi's body landed in Dhaka from Singapore at 5:45 p.m. on Friday. His funeral prayer is expected to be held on Saturday. Hadi was shot in the head on 12 December in Purana Paltan, a day after the election schedule was announced. Next, Hindu man beaten to death in Bangladesh. PTI, Dhaka, New Delhi. A Hindu man was lynched and his body was set on fire over alleged blasphemy in Bangladesh. The deceased, identified as a 25-year-old Deepu Chandra Dash, was a factory worker in Mymensingh city, the Bangla Tribune news portal reported on Friday. Next, troops advancing in Ukraine will achieve objectives, says Putin. Next headline, Pakistan Deputy Prime Minister accuses India of weaponizing water. Next, Trump suspends green card lottery after Brown University shooting and the killing of MIT professor. The Hindu 15-number page sport. In brief, favorite foe, Tilak becomes Indian batter with the most T20 international runs against South Africa. Next, double delight. Hardik smashes second fastest T20 international, 50, completes 2,000 runs. Elite list, Samson joins Dhoni penned in 1,000-run club in T20 internationals. In review, English availability for IPL 2026 comes under the scanner. Tilak Hardik Varun star as India wraps up series. Next, Arand Pihan power India into summit clash. Next, Satik Chirag Dew enters semi-finals. Next, suspense over opener, reserve Stamper Sport. Next, Eagles to take on Kites for the crown. Next, page number 16, the Hindu Sport. In brief, Shankar named Sri Lanka skipper for T20 World Cup. Next, BTC cancels remaining races of ongoing winter meeting. Next. Heads unbeaten 142 puts Australia on the verge of retaining the on. Next. Chip TJ says he's done with the track, shifts his focus to marathon running. Next. West Indies openers fight back after the Conway show. Next. India actively addressing doping concerns, says Sports Ministry. Next. IWL's 9th season from today to be played in a centralized format. The viewers, the Hindu is ended here.
ये न्यूज कंटेंट देखने के लिए शुक्रिया। अगर आपका कोई सुझाव है तो हमें कमेंट कीजिए, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए AGT Live 24/7।
Thanks for watching AGT Live 24/7.